Scrappy Kathy here with another challenge accepted. This week, Shannon and I are taking on the one of the many Rediscover Your Stash challenges. The entire month of January has been the Rediscover Your Stash spending freeze. And I will ashamedly admit I haven't done many of the challenges, although I hope to catch up this week by combining some of those with some of the Secret Not Secret Kit Club party challenges that I missed this past weekend. So this one, I'm using what used to be my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit that was consisting of, I think, mostly, well, it was all Vicky Boutin, and man, it was a lot of Wildflower and Honey and Color Kaleidoscope. But I've been kind of dwindling that in the 2 months that we've taken a break from there, and I'm going to have a brand new How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. So anyway, I will admit to you that at this moment, I have no idea how this layout is going. One of the challenges that I'm combining this with calls for everything to be on a diagonal, and I've chosen this piece of red paper and I've done a photo cluster, and I stamped and die cut a bird. So that's about as far as I've gotten. The challenge that we're taking on is a stamping challenge, and we're to use 3 stamp sets, including one that we've never used before. So I've picked this stamp set this is a Vicky Boutin, and I think it's from Wildflowers and Honey, and I believe this one might be from Color Kaleidoscope, might be All the Good Things. I have to admit that I don't know. So I've picked a few of the images from here. You've already seen the bird that I die cut. I'm going to stamp with this large flower directly on the page, I think, and I've got it mounted on my block. We're going to see how light colored Distress Oxides stamp on dark background paper, so we'll see how that works out. I've chosen this one for another image to kind of be stamped directly on the page, but I'm going to do that one in black. Escape the Ordinary, I think, is going to be my title, and I've got Escape the Ordinary, and I've got the 2 smaller flowers here in my small Misty, and I've, from my 3rd stamp set, or a 3rd stamp set, I've got some Diane Reevely sentiments that I thought I would add. You may not have lost all your marbles, but there's definitely a hole in the bag. So I thought that would be appropriate for a kind of silly photo where my grandson Barrett put the dog on his head just as his dad was trying to snap a nice, cute photo of the 2 of them, of him and his sister Katie in front of the Christmas tree. So the 4th stamp set I'm going to use is this one. It's the oldest one that I'm using today, and I'm not seeing okay, here it is. It's from the Public Library collection by October Afternoon. It probably dates back to 2013 is the date back there. And what I love is in the packaging, there's this library card that would make a great embellishment on a page. I've just got to get this sticky stuff off of there, so I'm saving that. But it's an alpha stamp. It's a rubber stamp, and I thought I might stamp it with these 2 colors of Distress Oxide, the fossilized amber and the old paper, and just kind of randomly press it down on the page doing mixed media. So I'm going to have some stamping in black ink, the Memento Tuxedo Black, some in old paper, some in fossilized amber. I'm going to have some stamped on this swirly gold paper from Wildflower and Honey, and fussy cut out. So let's see where it goes. My first thing that I'm gonna do, I think, is stamp a few of these flowers in black, kind of on a diagonal. And I'll overlay those with the lighter colors. So I've juiced up my stamp pad. When I stamped this bird, the ink came out, it stamped well, and I typically don't stamp very well using a stamp block. And I used a stamp block on this one. I've got the paper here in my MISTI. Then it occurred to me, why don't I use my MISTI? So it came out kind of gray, so I tried to blacken it up. So we'll see how that works. This paper, if you haven't seen it, is probably you'd call it the B side of this amazing paper. And I've used this one on a layout already. So I absolutely love this. This may be one of my favorite papers ever. And as you can see, it's got some black distressing around it and some kind of brown underlying tones, some smears of lighter colors, and some more of the kind of brownish color down here and kind of water droplets all around. So it looks like it's had several layers of mixed media already. And I'm picking up on the black ink that you see around it, and then these two will pick up on the lighter inks that you see smeared. So I'm hoping that what I'm adding to it looks like it was done in the same mixed media session as the other elements. So let's get started. And if I don't like this, I can turn this page. If I don't like what I end up doing, I'll turn the page over and do a different layout. So, okay, there's that. There. Okay, that came out nicely. And it is nice and black, so it's showing up. I don't want to do these too close together because I plan to overlap them. And the photo cluster kind of goes, I'm picturing it going kind of right in here. So this actually looks like it's directly in a line with that, which I do not like. So maybe I'll put my photo cluster here. Might cover that up. I think I'm going to do that. I really didn't intend to do that way. So I'll cover up my mistake. Do I want to cover that one up or this one? Maybe I'll cover this one. And I'll do this. Okay, so I'll just kind of leave that there as a guideline for me as I'm doing the rest of this. Okay, so I'll do this one kind of off the page. So I need to get a okay, there we go. Those are in diagonals. Let me now I'm going to do this old paper. And I'm going to do this. Kind of overlapping like that. Let's see how that turns out. Okay, good. It kind of looks like, whoops, I've lost my cluster there. It kind of looks like a bit of a shadow. That's awesome. I love that. And look, it looks like the exact color of that smear that actually was printed on the paper. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this, kind of overlapping up here and realizing that that will kind of peek out from the photo. And then I'll do this one like this. And I'm going to go back and do a third in each cluster. with the gold. I'll do this one kind of up here. There we go. Okay, hopefully you're able to see all of that. Okay, I'm really liking this. I had no idea how that was going to come out. I have used Distress Oxide lighter colors and darker colors over a black background, just a solid black. But I really didn't want to mess up this paper. Let me do this one kind of off the page. Not very much. Okay, so that one doesn't show very much, but it's enough. It does show enough to give you the sense that there's another color and another kind of shadowy image going on. Let me do this one right here, and I'm going to kind of just slightly turn it so that more of the ink comes off. Again, not that much showing, but it actually should, as it oxidizes and dries, the image may become a little bit more visible. So I'm okay with that. I'm going to go here with this one, kind of turn it a bit that way. When I turn it, I feel that I'm causing more of the ink to kind of stick to the paper. Let me get that again down here. And I'm going to go like that. Okay. So I've got that. That's all of the large flower stamping that I'm going to do. And now I'm going to stamp these images in black on the Misty. Actually, no. The next thing I'm going to do is the alpha stamp. And because we've just learned that the old paper shows up much better, I'm going to use the old paper to ink the stamp. And this one's going to be done kind of mixed media style, just kind of slightly rolled onto the paper, kind of like that. And like this, and with kind of partial images there. Okay, if you can see that again, that will show up better. I thought maybe I'd go off the page up here with some. There we go. And then maybe off the page down here. Okay, good. So that's all the smudging I'm going to do. The rest of what I do will be images that, here's the lid to that. Let me protect that. I've cleaned that stamp. I'll put it over there. Let me clean this one. This is the one I've never used before. When I bought it, I actually thought all those letters were separate, and I was going to use it for building words. And absolutely, it's usable for that. All you have to do is stamp the whole thing as many times as you need to get the letters you want for your word, and then you just cut it out from your paper. And I thought I might do that for a title here, but I like the Escape the Ordinary that's already there, so I'm going to go with that. Okay, let me pull the Misty into range here. You can see the paper that I stamped and cut the bird out of. I'm inking my stamps now, and we'll get these images on there. We'll see. Okay, we could go with another stamping. I may have to do something one of these days, cut a sheet of fun foam or something to put underneath the Misty foam. Over the years, I have pounded it down, and with thick rubber stamps, it stamps just fine. But with the, okay, that's good. That one's actually not being held down. I'm going to pull that out, and I'm going to redo this flower and kind of concentrate on getting it down there. I shouldn't have to do that, and I didn't back when my Misty was new. I may just need a refresher foam pad. Okay, let me do this, get that ink off there. Okay, done. Let's put the Misty away. And let me cut, well actually, let me, before I do that, I'm going to place my photo cluster here. I've got all of this on the diagonal, and I'm going to do the rest of what I do on that same diagonal. So let me use my fussy cutting scissors, the ones with the tape, and I'm just going to leave a little border on here. Cut this out. I like that she's done these stamps to look like word strips, individual word strips, and I love the snarky sayings. I like her snarkiness and the Tim Holtz snarky sayings. I don't use them as often as I thought. When I looked at them, I had an idea for each of the sayings I saw, and I just haven't done those pages. And this is it's one of those Christmas photos that I think I did a group of Christmas photos on a page, on a Christmas page, and this one may have been there, but I would have done it in color. Okay, I'm gonna put some foam behind this, and it becomes an embellishment off to the side. I'm gonna dry fit this. I'm kind of stick that down at an angle. I've got that other little stamp that I pulled. I'm not sure where it is. Here you're seeing some Vicky Bouton Color Wheel inks that I thought I was going to use, but those are from a different collection, and their tones are not as muted or antiqued or whatever it is that we're calling. I apologize that you're having to watch me hunt for something I've lost. So it's not here in my current field of vision, so it doesn't make it onto the page. So sorry about that. Let me do this title piece, and I have in mind doing it up there at the top of the photo where the bird is. And I want to see if it's too much of the same swirly paper. That swirly paper just reminds me of those honey stirrers, and that may be where that came from. I could use it here, but I think I may prefer it down here. So let me try that. I've got the large flowers. There's probably a die to cut out the small ones too, but I'm fussy cutting because my die cutter is across the room, and I don't really want to get up and go over there while I'm filming. And I don't. Okay, I thought that might go there, of course, up on foam, and I may do this one as as part of a cluster there. And I've got some hearts that I can work into that cluster, including there's one that's the same kind of honey gold, so the color compatibility will be good. And it, okay, maybe there. Okay, we're getting to the we're getting close to the end. Maybe I'll do, okay, I like that actually. And that kind of reinforces the whole on a diagonal kind of idea. So let me go here. Let me put this on a bit of foam to elevate it. And I'll put it kind of off to the side, and let me do something like this, overlapping it. That's good. Let me go with a foam dot on that one. I'm going to have it overlap both the photo and the title block. And I'll put this one down here too, kind of right there. And I'll put my heart right in here. Okay, I've got this one already foamed and propped up on dots to lift it above the profile that's left from the photos being on. Okay, and a little dot of glue, keeping those feet down on the dark paper. Let me hold them down a little bit. That one's not cooperating, but I can take care of that off camera afterwards if it doesn't stick. And stick being the operative word. Okay, and I've got this one. This one is not down yet. And that's a message to Barrett. You may not have lost all your marbles, but there's definitely a hole in the bag. Okay, let's do this. I've got, in this collection here, this gold heart. I'm thinking I'll do right here with this kind of maroon color that kind of brings up the red there. Again, I may have to end up having to do some liquid glue there. So I'm going to put a maroon heart here as well. And I think now what I might like to do is some splatters. And I think I'm going to choose to do black splatters. So let me cover up my photo. And kind of go to town. This is Dilution's Shimmer Spray. Okay, done. I think I'm going to call that one. I've got 4 different stamp sets used here, including one, the Alpha stamp, that's kind of right there, mixed media style, that I'd never used before, and all Vicki Wooten except the October Afternoon stamp. So hope you enjoyed, and get out there and accept some challenges and have fun. Bye.